Hey everybody, welcome back to the World RPG. The event is still going on for another hour or two as I record this, but it'll be long over by the time you guys see this video. I got everything I wanted out of it. I got all the stuff from my Bowmaster and my Crusader, but as you can see we're in patch 5.6a here, which came out yesterday or the day before, and there's a big rework. The Hermit actually support class got reworked big time and big buffs. So I've been leveling up a Hermit, and I thought I'd do a little bit of leveling on my Hermit today for this video, and maybe talk a little bit about the class and what's changed. I'm not super experienced with the class or anything. You can see I'm level 76. Just kind of leveled up a little bit off screen while I was watching YouTube and whatnot, just kind of hanging out. The class itself is not bad. It can be built either as a DPS or as a support, and that was changed mostly with this rework. Before the rework, Hermit wasn't really played by anyone, as far as I know. Very few people played it. Let's take a look at the passive skill here. Harmony. Every fourth attack heals you and 2 nearby allies for 25 plus int times 0.5 plus target's max HP times 2%. So it's half of my int plus 25 plus 2% of their hit points is how much they get healed. On top of that, if your agility is highest, your skills deal 75% more damage. So as you can see, he is an agility hero, meaning that agility is what scales his base damage. And all of his skills will deal more damage if you spec agility instead of strength or int. And then if strength or int is highest, your skills heal and regenerate for 100% more, and you get the harmony bonuses. So every skill or most skills, I think, have a secondary effect that is applied to them if you're strength or intelligence. Now, I was looking through the skills, and int would probably be a slightly better healer, but strength can still scale your healing abilities, and because I'm strength, I'm still considered for the second part of it, so I'm 100% increased healing and regen. And I still qualify for the bonuses, but with all the strength, I'll have far more hit points and better regen. So I think for now, I'm going to be leveling as a strength character, and then in the future, I might check out agility and intelligence builds as well. But for now, I'm going to go with the strength setup, so you'll see some familiar items as I'm going through here. We can talk about the rest of the skills and about how the class plays a little bit. Flowing Fist is your Q, and it's an ability that's on a very short cooldown, so you'll be using it very often. Attack damage times 2.5 pure damage. So obviously we're not scaling agility for base damage, so it's just our bonus damage that we're getting here, which is not a lot. However, it also grants increased attack speed for 1.5 seconds and deals main stat times 1 pure damage on each attack. Now my main stat is strength, meaning that I'll be dealing my strength as additional damage instead of my agility giving me bonus damage. Doesn't scale quite as well, but it is pure damage, so it makes up for it, I think. It's just as I want to be using this on cooldown. Here's what it looks like. You cast it, you dash to the target, and then you attack really quick for 1.5 seconds. And he does have just a fast base attack in general. You can see pure damage taken and magical versus physical. It deals a lot of pure damage, and that pure damage is like fantastic for enemies that have high armor, right? So I believe against Turtle Lord, I believe the damage, I'm not sure if it's percent damage reduction from his nearby turtles or if it's just increased armor. I'll have to look into that to see exactly how that works, but it might help me kill Turtle Lord faster, I'm not sure. If cast from melee range or while Wind Walk, another one of our abilities, is active, deals 100% bonus damage and stuns for 0.5 seconds. So it's on a super short cooldown and stun. So it means we can use this to repeatedly interrupt bosses casting certain abilities. This can be really annoying if you're doing this to teammates on fights like Skeleton King. You can stun the casting for Fall of Despair over and over again, so it'll fuck with your teammates. You gotta be careful how you use this on such a short cooldown. You want to know when to be properly stunning, but as well, because on Strength, Harmony key cost is removed, meaning it doesn't cost any of my mana to use it, so I can spam it pretty quick and over again with no cost. And it can be cast on allies, so I don't know, yeah. Normally you can't target allies like that, but you can see it's on a super short cooldown, so it's very good for mobility. It's not a super long range, but it's a decent range. Looks like, I don't know, maybe around 650, 700 units or so. Our second ability here, Restoration, heals wounds. It's a targeted heal, it's an area heal. We throw it down. There's an initial burst and then a heal over time as well. And it gives a 20% damage reduction, which is fantastic. Increases the duration by 100% because we're Harmony, so not bad. And see, lasts 10 to 5 seconds based on distance from target point. So I believe with this one, if we cast it close to us, it doesn't last as long. But if we cast it further away, it lasts longer, I think, is how that works. Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not 100% sure. I know because with Orb of Harmony here, it works a little differently. Windwalk. Passively, we restore HP and ki while walking. So this here, 5% HP while walking, I believe that's every second. So while we're walking, we regen our hit points really quick. So with a strength build, we'll be really tanky and constantly regenning on top of any other regen we have in our build. And it'll regen our ki, but we only spend ki on 2 abilities really. So the active gives us increased speed for 1 second. Increases passive's restoration by 200%. So when we activate this, we heal 200% increased on 5, so more. 200% would be, what, 15% of our HP? So for that 1 second, it gives us a heal as well, basically. It's a heal and movement speed boost, which we're used to using movement speed for dodging attacks from our Bowmaster, since that's the same for her. Our Orb of Harmony, this has no limitation on how many we can have up, it's just based on our ki. So see, it costs half of our mana. It regenerates HP and regenerates resources. That goes for every class's resource, as well as increases skill damage. And because we're Harmony, it also increases the skill damage based on our strength. So that's pretty good. The more strength we have, the more skill damage we'll be giving people. And that's 5 to 10 based on how far it traveled. So if we put it further away, it'll last longer than if we put it closer. I think I can show that off here pretty well. See, that lasts quite a long time. If we put one out here and one here, this one should die off first. Yeah. And then this one keeps going. So we want to cast the orb from as far away as possible, ideally. And we want to be standing in this when we're attacking, because this main stat times 1 peer damage should be boosted by skill damage, I believe. So we basically are going to be running around a lot, which means we're going to be healing a lot. It's a very mobile class. You'll see what the actual fighting versus bosses looks like in a moment here. I'm going to do my usual rounds, kill all the miners, and just work on basic gear and levels. Purge is a big nuke AoE stun, but it also clears debuffs on allies. This is huge. Having this looks really nice. It has a secondary effect that allows us to pull in and stun enemies as well. So we can use this for separating the Ents on Ancient Ent and other fights like that. It's also good for grouping up the turtles on Turtle Lord. There's a lot of good use for You hear me talk about it a lot when I play my Crusader. Being able to move enemies around with your skills is very, very useful. It also activates from our Orbs of Harmony. So if we throw these out, when we press our T, it activates on all of them, which is sweet. So we can use this. See Harmony. It also grants a shield absorbing main stat times 5 damage for 5 seconds. So we're going to be having these Orbs of Harmony up all over the boss fight as much as we can. We'll probably have at least 2 going, and allies want to be standing inside of these. And then I'll be using this to clear debuffs as well as granting a shield. I'll be using my Restoration to heal. The regen should stick on them for, I cast it and then they get the regen, right? So the closer I am to me, I believe, like the further away they are, the less time the regeneration is active. So our ultimate here is nothing special. It deals magic damage and breaks shields. Now that main stat times 50 magic damage per second. You'll see what that looks like. That'll scale pretty well. It also clears debuffs and heals. That also heals me, but it also prevents them from going below 1. I don't know if that counteracts all instant death effects, but it's pretty good damage, as you can see. It did about 100k damage there with our ult, so that ain't bad. It's magic damage, so a lot of bosses aren't going to deal as much, but it does break shields. And there's not a ton of things that break anymore because they took away shield, like magic shields, from a lot of bosses. So actually, first we want to go here, and we're going to do some mining. We'll hotkey up, get our pick. We'll start with Hydra and we'll work our way through. You can see I do already have a couple Delmitra pieces, so I have played a little bit. I just played through basically one full game, so I cleared everything up to everything except Angels and Demon Lord for miners. So that's our blues. Oh, and I didn't do Frostbiter Lord either. I didn't do any of the 6 stones. But we'll start up here with Hydra. And you'll see a little bit about what the class looks like when playing it. So yeah, you kind of throw it past the boss and then run, and then use your Q. And you want to use the Q in melee for the bonus damage and the stun, but you kind of go back and forth like that. You get into a bit of a rhythm on some other bosses, as you'll see. But you just kind of throw out your Orb of Harmony to the other side of the boss, and then run to that side. Then I usually immediately throw out another Orb of Harmony, and then use my Flowing Fist. And then you just kind of keep going back and forth like that, and I use Purge and Purify on cooldown. Hydra's quite easy, so it's not that big of a deal, but... Now, I'm mostly doing this for EXP, just because the bosses are good XP. Hydra doesn't really have much I want. I'm looking for Hydra scales, just so I can get the icons for the stats, basically, but nothing else. One of the cool things about this character is that we benefit greatly from all stats, because we use every stat. Agility will give us more damage. Strength and intelligence scale a lot of our abilities. Strength and int for our heals, and just main stat strength. So we don't mind getting like any gear that gives us a mix of intelligence, strength, and agility, it's all good for us. The agility is or intelligence is probably our least sought skill stat because it scales the least. Yeah, so the int will scale both of our heals. So we do want intelligence, but other than that, our main stat scales everything else, which is strength. I think the event is also going on still. So we should have the increased drop rates on the event bosses, but I'm not too concerned with that, really. I don't plan on doing actually any of the event content, so. No, still no Hydra scales. We have 2 teeth. We're just looking for the scale, and we'll need a creations as well for the count icon eventually. One of the items actually that I want to go for is probably going to be a Ring of the Reaper pretty early. This isn't too bad to get, and agility, intelligence, regen, attack speed, skill damage. It's all really good stuff for us. It's a decent Neptunos accessory. Obviously, the attack speed's good because the faster we attack, the more we heal. Man, we did not get a single Hydra scale, which is what we wanted. We will quickly do this just because. We don't actually need any drops or anything, but just for the XP. Okay. I am working on a little bit of agility gear as well, so I did pick up like the parasitic sword, which will craft into Maw of Monster and eventually Maw of Greed, in case I want to try out the agility build as well for DPS. Might be fun. Go kill Tentacle Lord here. Oh, we got slowed. I tried to wind walk, but it wasn't enough. Getting something that gives us some extra move speed will be really nice. We are working on. We'll want to get this real soon. This shouldn't take. We just need to bring a count drop. We can use that to craft. We need 2 of them, so that's why I have 2 count mementos here. The stone plates here, these craft into the bloodstone plates. So actually, I should have grabbed. Did we get an armor of poison drop from Hydra? I don't think we did. Maybe we did, and I skipped over it. I can't remember. But we need a mask of blood as well. These are pretty nice. Strength, agility, intelligence, damage taken reduced. These are all great stats for us. And we can upgrade these into the true bloodstone plates. Probably what we'll go for. The blood soul plates might be what we aim for as well, although I don't think the periodic damage is very good for us. I don't know if our ultimate counts as periodic damage or not. I'll have to do some research. Let's go to the duchy. Get some white stones. We'll need 8 white stones total. There is a little bit of a cone outwards behind the target as well when you use your Q in melee. So it's a little bit of area other than using your alt or your T. Now, obviously, this is a support class, and I don't have that 75% bonus damage from being agility spec. So The damage on this class is nothing exceptional. It's pretty mediocre. I'm sure with the right agility setup it can be okay for DPS, but it's never going to compare to some of the other classes like my Crusader or Bowmaster. It's just not gonna... It just won't be able to hold a candle to that. It's just not the same. Okay. We'll drop our ult. You can see it does pretty good damage. And it is channeled, so we can shut that off whenever we want. I've been thinking some weapons that do on-hit effects could be quite good. I was looking at a couple options. Going like the anger route might be a decent strength weapon with an on-hit proc for damage. I mean, I need to hit things in order to heal, and a lot of my healing is going to be based on my main stat. This proc is just based on attack speed. And this is going to be based off of strength and my main stat, so... And our ultimate's not on a very long cooldown either. So we can use it quite often. Bloody armor. That's what we are looking for. This is the agility weapon. I don't know what else we're looking for from him now. We got the bloody armor. So we just need the Hydra and Mask of Blood. And then... yeah. That all looks good. Do I have the dragon armor? Did I pick that up already? No. Okay, we got a cursed mask. Ooh, we got caught in it. Thankfully, we have a lot of hit points, so... Do we need a Count's old cape? Maybe. Well, let's take a look quick. We'll need it for the icon, and that's it. And before we fight him, we are going to go fight the Blood Wraith. So we want the Mask of Blood. I think both of them can drop the Mask of Blood, but... Ooh. Not too bad, though. Crossbow of Requiem. I think we'll need that. We're still just looking for a ring. And I'm using some pretty basic gear. Damage is okay for the gear I have, but when you're used to the burst damage that Crusader has, it feels kind of weak. But this will bring a ton of utility, and you might have heard me complain about this in the past. But I don't like a lot of support classes because I'm really bad at microing summons. And this class doesn't have summons. In fact, it's not a very micro-heavy class at all, which I appreciate. Got a second bloody armor. Do we need bloody armor for the icon? We do. So I will grab a second one. Throwing a poison here is also just for the icon. I think this is our last count. Excuse me. Well, that's a little disappointing, but we'll move on. We'll go do Jack. I think from Jack, we're just looking for more Orichalcum. We'll need it for crafting a ton of different things. And probably... Oh, we need the candy pouch, the fruit candy pouch. And one of the helmets, probably. Nice and easy. Yeah, we have the hood, and we'll need... Yeah, the helm, and we'll need the fruit candy pouch. You can see I keep stunning him out of it so that he can't actually use the Jack Impact. Right? So it's not bad at all for dealing with a lot of bosses. The mini stun to interrupt casting on Flowing Fists is quite nice. There's a couple other bosses where it can be quite useful. I think... I'm trying to think of specific attacks I know that you can do that with. Because there's a couple. So he never even gets a chance because it's on such a short cooldown, and it has 0 cost, so we can spam it. So it's very, very nice. Now this is, along with Windwalk, our only mobility. Like, it's our only jump, right? So using it offensively to stun like that means we can't use it for moving around to dodge attacks. So on attacks that can't be stunned, and there's the helm. We just need the pouch or a Kelcum, and we'll be one step closer to the icon. We'll basically just go for like Mage Lord icon. Is like really easy to get early, and gives us a decent amount of extra stats and skill damage. I think it's like 12 and 0.5, which doesn't sound like a ton, but it adds up. Alright. If we do get the bag, I might swap over. Ring of the Dead is actually like totally fine. Skill, damage, attack, speed, agility, and it's all stats we like. It doesn't craft into too much really, other than throwing a Reaper eventually. So, and ideally, end game go into the Ring of Cold Death. The Ring of Cold Death is a huge ass save that I love having because I'm bad. Okay. Next up on the list will be Wings of Death and Mage Lord. So we'll go over to the Volcanic Lands. Damage really is not great, but it's not bad by any means. People have been comparing its damage to Martial Artist. And a lot of people in the community are talking like, oh, the new Hermit is just better Martial Artist. I don't think that's quite true. I think the Martial Artist damage scaling is, from its passives, is just way better than what you would get here. But if you compare the utility that comes along with the Hermit's kit, I think Martial Artist might need some buffs. It's, I don't know, Martial Artist is there for the people who like it. And it's a very, very simple class, that's all. we'll go do Evil Lava Spawn just for the XP. I don't actually need any of the drops, I don't think. Okay, we're gonna hold off from attacking here just so we don't trigger his jumps. No, that's coming. Come on, there we go. The Q can be a little weird to use sometimes, I find. Just because it's targeted, so you have to click on the thing you're trying to hit. Helm of Passion might not be bad. We'll grab a Helm of Passion. I don't know. We might want to go like Dragon Mask for the DPS line eventually, so we might want it for Helm of Battle. We can hold on to it. We have the room for now. We hit 80, so we get our bonus. Strength 103. That is a big jump. We're almost at 10k HP. Oh, we need to get more red ore while we're here. We need 8 total. That one's in the lava. There we go. And we should be able to do Demon Lord as well, so we'll come back and get 6 more later. But for now, we'll worry about just getting enough for Mage Lord and Wings of Death. Looking to build the true armor here, and nothing else. Maybe true Dragon Helm. Might as well, right? That's enough. We'll go summon Wings of Death. It does seem like if we were going agility, I feel like the damage on this would be like insane, and our auto attacks would actually deal good damage as well. So I feel like if you were going a DPS spec, it might actually not be bad. Like the ult would be around the same damage, I imagine. Still hit us. I definitely need some more passive movement speed. Bone Staff. Even the wings we're using are just the wings that drop from Wallachia Monstrosity. I was farming him for the stone plates. Stone plates are amazing for us, strength and int. These are what we're going to craft into the bloodstone plates. But the wings here, the agility and int is actually fine as well, and HP. Although the dragon wings might be okay as well. I'd have to take a second look. Got out of the range of that one. I think the sustain of yourself would also be much better as a DPS than martial artist. The healing you do, because you'd be able to support your allies as well, even as we'll take the dragon bone, even as just a DPS, you'd still be healing because it would be healing for 2% of their max HP every 4 hits. So even if you were playing it as a DPS spec, you'd still be healing them as well. So that's kind of cool, honestly. This is totally full. We'll have to empty our bag out in a moment. We'll tank it. Or stun lock him out of it also works. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we're obviously over leveled for this area, but the damage is not too bad, and we're not even using good gear or anything. So I'm excited to see what people do with this rework. I think it's really cool. It was long overdue. You never saw anyone play Hermit, so as well as being able to buff yourself with it wouldn't be very much regen for you, but it would still give you the damage reduction, right? It wouldn't last as long, but if we cast it right on ourselves, like right on top of us, that should be 20 seconds the regen lasts. So it's honestly not terrible. Like, we'll cast it once at the beginning of this fight and see how long it lasts. Still haven't recasted it. It's still up. There we go. So it's not bad. It lasts quite a while. I'm going to be very excited to start doing some highs. I think that'll be quite fun. And just playing in some groups. I don't like to play in groups until my class is at least level 100. I like to do all my leveling solo. Just because if you join into a game and you're not leveled and people are doing bosses, you know, I don't know, it's just, maybe it's just me, I don't know, but Also, you gotta remember, because the base attack time is so short for this class, you don't really need much agility to scale up your attack speed to ridiculous amounts. I don't know if I need another bow. No, I don't need any. Won't be crafting this as agility armor yet. So I don't actually need a dragon bone. Unless I want to craft the wings. But they are... What's the effect on them? Because, I mean, int HP and skill damage is all good. Let me pull up the quick search tool. See exactly what the passive bonus on Dragon Wings is. And swap this over to display capture for you guys so you can see. And we'll type in Dragon Wings. Oh, it's just, that's not that useful, is it? These craft into the Frost Fairy Wings eventually, which are Wings of Frost Lord. Yeah, not very useful for us, so I won't worry about it. Ooh, a little dark screen. Go. So we don't need a bone. We already have the one we need. What's next? Mage Lord. And I'll just run this video until I do all the bosses, basically. I did spend a good, like, 15 minutes at the start just, talking about the rework, so... I'll definitely give Frostbiter Lord a try. I don't know about Angels or Demon Lord. Actually, Demon Lord's probably fine as long as I just dodge his attack. I should be able to regen through his I should be able to regen through his golem, no problem. As long as he doesn't summon two, I should be fine. I needed to be 80 before I could summon angels, though, to get into the mines. But I can go kill the golem for corrupt creations now as well. Sealed weapon will grab. I don't know. The strength weapon would be Great Sword of Flame, right? So let's take a look. 2850 and 200 strength. It would be less. We'd have to upgrade it. We'll send my bag back and go sort some of that stuff out in a moment. Sort out storing some things. I don't have anything in storage right now. Ooh. So Dark Star doesn't one-shot us. We have enough hit points to eat it. Okay, let's sort some of this out. Icon stuff can all go in here.
Our forces are under attack. The time has come.
It's fine. The materials for crafting agility stuff we'll put aside here as well. Bloody robo need for icon. That gives us a little more room to work with. Not bad. Great Sword of Flame goes to the Great Sword of Explosion. This gives lower attack speed, so we do not want to go down this route, yeah. Potentially we want to take a look at the agility path, but I think going for claws will be the best way, similar to martial artist, but I could be wrong, so I'm sure the community will find what's best for a DPS DPS build. It's kind of nice being able to just unlock it through that. Another mithril. I'm sure we will need more mithril for something. Potentially a Helm of Battle, the icon. True Guardian Ring, maybe? Actually, now that I take a look at that, that ain't bad. Armor, strength, agility, HP, reach, and magic defense. Crafts here. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go for that. I don't know exactly what all the best stuff to go for is. So I put the restoration on myself for the 20% damage reduction, and then I'll just tank it, because I know that I can survive it. I'd rather use the ult to kill him faster. Ancient writings we don't need, we already have one. Okay, then what's next? We can grab some blues for Frost Spider Lord, we can start there. Winter's Heart isn't a bad option for endgame goals either, I think. As a tank option, it gets a lot of damage reduction. Might be terrible for all I know, actually, but I thought that one might be kind of fun. But Frostbite Lord has all sorts of good stuff we could get from it, so. I don't know how well Frostbite Lord will go, but we should be able to kill it. All three bosses should be no problem. We'll see, though. Oh, I actually need 90 for it. I can't go do that yet. Okay. Then let's go Duchy, and we'll start with Angels. and then do Demon Lord. And after Angels and Demon Lord, we should be high enough level, I hope. We could go do Mad Clown as well. You all know I'm not particularly a huge fan of Mad Clown, but he's a boss that needs to be done eventually. We'll go kill this real quick as well. We should be able to get a Cursed Mask. We'll try and get closer to our Bloodstone plates. That is the 6 we need, though. We still need 5 more for Demon Lord as well, red ones. We do indeed get a mask. Nothing, unfortunately. There is a cooldown on those bosses if you did not know, on the items to drop. Same as the Magical Horn, the Frozen Crystal, and the Nightmare Rod. You can only spawn so often. Oh, we could do Mana Ancient as well, now that I think about it. We're mostly just killing him for the Nightmare Rod to do Evil Lava Spawn, and the chance at his icon would also be pretty cool. I think his icon gives stats, I think so. Forget exactly what it is. Yep. Too much damage. That's fine. We are coming up on an hour here, but I'll let the video go. I'll just keep playing and we'll finish off the bosses that we can finish. If we get to a boss that we can't kill, then we just stop and make a new game and go from scratch again, work on all of our gear. We're still looking for drops from most bosses, so. Okay. We grab our pickaxe and let's go do Mana Ancient. We'll see how this goes. Something tells me we're gonna die at least once, but let's see. Windwalk should be enough to get out of his AoE though. So we'll see what happens. Oh, no, run. No, okay. Windwalk is not enough to get out of his AoE. Doesn't last long enough, I think. We can kill him. It's just when he uses his AoE like that, we gotta move. I suppose I could have used my Q to dash to one of these guys and then ran. We can kill him though, for sure. We'll go do Golem first though. Had to cancel the ult early there because he would have one-shot me otherwise. Okay. We need Corrupt Crystal and Corrupt Creations. So we'll be killing him over and over. You all know the drill. So we'll start with Castle Avalon. We're going to do Corrupt Angel after. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah. No problem. And we'll go try these guys. I think I might have to lure them out one at a time. Doable. It's slow, but doable. We're quite tanky with a ton of sustain, so it makes us pretty okay for soloing. Sacred Judgment would probably one-shot us, if I had to guess. Okay, the last one. Just out of range. Okay, all that for the gun that we can't use. Gatekeeper's much faster to kill. We could probably group up the other angels, fade out Sacred Judgment, and then alt. And that would do some decent AoE. Our Q does have Splash. We'll have to practice with getting used to grouping enemies. The single target is good, but The AoE on this class is not amazing by any means. So again, we make sure to do restoration before we're about to ult so that we can survive any attacks while we're channeling. There we go. Holy Sword or the Guardian Ring would all be good drops. We can only get the ring from this guy. And I think maybe some of the crafting materials. I don't know that we can get anything else. I suppose there's also the icon drops from Gatekeeper here. And Gatekeeper icon wouldn't be bad either. It's extra damage reduction. I'm going strength specifically because I want to be tanky, so. The more tankiness, the better. That's the kind of build I'm going to go for, is a damage reduction build. Which is why I want to go Bloodstone Blades. There we go, we got a ring. We're going to drop this real quick. There we are. Magic defense 10% is really nice. And the Guardian Ring upgrades with Dark Wings, Adamantium, Mithril. So this is the ring we're going to go for sure. Strength and agility, HP regen, magic defense, armor. It's all fantastic stats for us. It does upgrade into, eventually, you can take it down the path to create Latea. But I don't think Latea is that great. The armor reduction doesn't really do much for us. We deal mostly magic damage on this class. You see, we took way less damage there. I used the restoration, but even so, it's still like we took almost like way less damage there. That's really big. Okay, we'll try grouping them up this time and see how that goes. That's two of them using say, or oh, just the one. I've stunned him. That's why. Another one using Sacred Judgment. Nope. I tried. I wanted to see if I could survive it with the damage reduction plus the magic defense, but not yet. I'm sure we'll be able to soon. We're gonna get an extra 200 strength just from our 90 and 100. So, with the extra hit points we get from that. So 100 strength is 500 hit points, so.
forces are under attack. On a Torrenador. On a Torrenador. Though I be damned, Torane call. Though I be damned. Torane call. On a Torrenador.
We got the gun again, of course.
Quickly. On a Torrenador. Quickly.
I mostly want to get to 100 just to get rid of the damn fairy as well. I hope they add a feature to get rid of the fairy on your own at any point. So for experienced players who don't want it, they can just get rid of it, you know? Judgment. Oh, the double. So we can survive one we just saw there if we have restoration up. Must not have got it off on the first try. But we can survive one Sacred Judgment if we use our restoration. That's good to know. Fragment of Angel Feather, not bad. Ring of Light, maybe, right? That's all stats. That goes to Ring of Holy Light. I don't know what the special effect for that is, actually. Ooh, just got out of that in time. Okay. Now we should be good to ult. Oh, pretty smooth. Not too bad, really.
Though I be damned, Doranekal, Anadorenadur. At last, Anadorenadur. Though I be damned.
Alright, there's the judgments out. Last one.
We must act. My blade thirsts. Command me.
What was it that I was missing to upgrade this? It's extra magic defense, scales. Okay. We still haven't got any scales. Oh, we have increased drop rate for this one. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I got out of it. Oh man. I misclicked and selected one of the boss units. Ooh, okay. Well, that's angels. Not crazy good drops or anything, but we can go do Corrupt Angel now. Ooh. A little bit of a lag spike there on the top of that. Yep. Easy peasy. Might finish this video off with just doing angels, and then we'll try some tougher bosses in the next one. I'll do a couple more videos, and I'll be doing some videos on my Bowmaster, doing some highs, same with my Crusader, usuals. None of that's going to change. Imagine if you were going for the agility route, using the Wings of Fury, which are the wings that I'm using on my Bowmaster, would also be quite good. Because you're casting so many spells, right? You're attacking really fast, but I attack really fast on my Bowmaster too. But you're casting spells so often that I think for an agility character, like if you're going a DPS route, it would be quite strong. Prep Crystal Wings, Frozen Heart. So we'll need it for Frozen Heart. This is the accessory, one of the accessories I want to go for sure, that magic defense. The Guardian Ring is an interesting one as well, but Frozen Heart is a fantastic accessory. We got another Corrupt Angel's Feather, and we got the armor, which is probably better than the armor we're wearing right now, if I had to guess. Yeah. It'll be better damage for us at the very least. The Bloodstone plates are still what I want to go for, but we need some stuff for that. Eventually, the true Bloodstone plates. This will be my go-to armor for starting highs. Just gives us everything we want. Oh, Judgment of Darkness stuns. Good to know. Unlike Holy Judgment that the angels use. So I don't want to start channeling my alt when he's going to do that. There's a Corrupt Creations. Wanderer's Cape wouldn't be terrible for the tankiness. Hydra Icon, we need one. But are we gonna need any for anything else? Corrupt Crystal Wings for the Pure Crystal Wings. These are also, like, really good for us. The MP regen, obviously not, but the resetting our cooldowns would be really nice for some of our abilities. So I might go with those wings, the same wings that I'm using on my Crusader. Been watching any of those videos. Unholy Page. Do we need this for anything? Doesn't look like it. Yeah. I mean, not the worst helmet. Let me double check what the ability on it is. Helm.
Our forces are under attack.
Source of mana. Temporarily increases int by 225 and max MP by 1500. Yeah, not a great active. Ooh, I just got the restoration off in time there. Okay. Well, that leaves Demon Lord and Frostbiter Lord, which we could definitely do, but we're getting pretty late into the video here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be doing some more content on the Hermit, going to get them leveled up and start doing some more videos on them. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next episode.